What are like half the people at archery shops kind of suck? It's like hit or miss. Like sometimes I get like a really good person behind the desk that can help me out and is nice, and we can talk through things and wants to be helpful. And the other half, it seems like it's inconvenient for me to even be there. I don't know how many times I've seen them complain about YouTube, people doing stuff on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, right? Just complaining about, somebody gets on YouTube and they all of a sudden think that they're a pro. It's like, well, the problem is, like, not everybody grew up doing archery. Not everybody grew up doing hunting. Like, there's a whole big thing with Matt Ranella a year ago or so complaining about social media and what that's doing to hunting. Well, the thing that he fails to seem to realize is that not everybody had a dad that grew up that took them hunting, right? Some people are having to learn this on their own. And I have not found, at least here in Arizona, that there's a ton of like hunting groups and things like that. And I don't have a lot of friends that do it. I have one friend that really does it. And so in order for me to learn, I have to lean on people like Steve Ranella, John Dudley, channels like Podium Archery or Podium Archer, Average Jack Archery, Elk Hunt, things like that, right? Without them, I wouldn't learn things. So now, do I think that you should watch a few YouTube videos, all of a sudden think you're an expert and you're going to go out and do everything perfect? No. But I've been to a shop now, a couple different shops that have done things wrong. I had one shop who, after taking my bow off the bow press, didn't notice that the yoke was not seated right. I pulled it back, it snapped my strings, right? Now, things happen, right? I'm not mad about that, but it's like, they're not perfect either. So I don't understand why every time I go in, there's just like this complaining about people watching YouTube videos and think they're a pro. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't think they're a pro. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to try to work on your stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to learn more and be able to ask questions and kind of call bullshit if you see bullshit, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So, I'd really love to see, more acceptance of this kind of stuff. And quite frankly, if you're a shop owner and you think that a lot of the YouTube people are getting it wrong, go out and do your own stuff, right? Educate people. But you can't sit there at a shop and not want to educate me or people like me and then complain when we go out and look for that stuff. I don't have a problem giving you my business. There's certain things that I'm probably never going to want to do on my bow. Maybe. I don't know. I like to tinker. But there are people who want to do certain things like figure out how to put on their own rest, their own sight, things like that, that are never going to put their bow in a bow press and do strings or doing, timing or anything like that. So you're still going to have business. Plus, we're going to get our gear from someplace, right? So you're going to have business. So why don't you, instead of complaining about it, let's embrace it and welcome more people in and realize not everybody grew up like you. Not everybody has family that taught them stuff. There are first generation people like me that are trying to get into this sport.